Hello. Today I'd like to talk about my love for the director David Cronenberg. I've seen probably half of his filmography at this point, and I own a good portion of his films, so I'd like to specifically talk about these ones as they are probably my favorites. There are three others that I have seen that I don't own. Those are Dead Ringers, which is great. Scanners, which is a bit too silly for my taste, but I do think it's fun. And The Brood, which I didn't really enjoy. But let's get started with Naked Lunch. Now, I think this was the first David Lynch movie I ever bought, which was definitely a mistake because it's not his typical type of film. It's a bit more, I don't know how to explain it really. It's definitely just different. I did like the practical effects though. There is a bug typewriter guy that speaks, and it's very odd, and it's it's interesting as a movie, but for my personal taste at the time, I didn't really enjoy it. So this is definitely needing a rewatch. Next up is Videodrome. I love this movie. It's in my top four favorite movies. I would give it a 5 out of 5 stars on Letterboxd. I think it is just perfect. I truly think this is his magnum opus. Everything that I love about David Cronenberg is within this movie. If you've never seen it, it is a must see. Next, I have Crash. I don't think Crash is for everyone. It's about a group of car crash fetishists, and it's a bit insane. And I would describe it as hypersexual, I guess. And I know a lot of people wouldn't really be into that, so I wouldn't necessarily recommend this one. But if you do watch his other films and enjoy them, then this one you would probably also like. And then we have A History of Violence, which is my probably second favorite movie of his. I also give it 5 stars. It is definitely different. It's a gangster film, but it does have elements of body horror within the violence of the movie, and it's insane. Viggo Mortensen gives one of the greatest performances of all time, and I'd also just like to point out how nice this cover is by Criterion. This movie is excellent. If you like Goodfellas or just gangster movies in general, watch this one. It's one of the best ever. And then I have the latest film by David Cronenberg, The Shrouds, which I unfortunately did not get to see in the theater, but I already knew I was going to like it because it has Vincent Cassel, and I love Vincent Cassel. And I think there's a lot of ideas in this movie that are so relevant to our time with the AI and grave tech, and the ideas that he introduces in this movie are so interesting. It did kind of lose me in the ending. I'm going to be totally honest. I don't really know what happened in the ending necessarily, but that just makes me want to rewatch it even more. I think this movie, again, is excellent. I don't dislike any of these movies. Then we have the one that everyone would probably know, The Fly. I mean, it's a classic. It's great. It's beautiful and gross and sad and just all of these emotions combined into one. Would I say it's for everyone? No, but it's definitely his most accessible. So if you're going to start anywhere, I'd say start here with The Fly. And then last, we have The Dead Zone, which is also unlike most of his other films, but it has Christopher Walken, and if you know him, I mean, he's just fantastic. You really can't go wrong with him in a movie. And it's based on a Stephen King novel, which isn't necessarily a great sign, but when it's in the hands of someone like David Cronenberg, I think it just works because he could really make any material work. And it's more of a fun time, and I do think it's culturally relevant, especially with what happens in the ending. And honestly, I think if you're going to watch this movie at any point in time, I think you should watch it now. And it's great. Honestly, I could talk about David Cronenberg forever. I think all of his movies are great, except for The Brood, but honestly, that's just more of a personal taste thing. But if you've never seen any of his movies, I would suggest to start with The Fly, and then, honestly, you can really go anywhere, but just go with what looks interesting to you. And yeah, that's all.